Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good week in trading. We were a little active towards the middle part, end of the week. We're going to talk about some trades we made. Had a pretty good week on the portfolio. Nice little gain for the week. We're going to talk about some sales that we made, some buys that we made. But it's a pretty good week overall. And kind of happy with what we were able to do this week. We'll talk about that. All right. But let's go ahead and jump over to our portfolio and see what was happening today. And then we'll talk about the rest of the week as well. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. As you can see here on the portfolio, top of the list, we do have one that we've traded before that we've added on here, MPC. MPC is something that we'd add on yesterday. We bought it at $53.50 a share, so we're down just a tad on that one, but $53.50. Pull a chart up on that one. Let's show you what it looks like for 5 days. Let's pull that up. Let's see here. There's your 5-day chart. You do see a little bit of a gain this week, but I want to show you the month chart. I did have some of this a little while back, and I did sell some. That wasn't part of this portfolio, but I did sell some of this at $60.05 not too long ago. I think it was maybe a month or so ago. I guess right around here somewhere. What day was that? June 28th. Yeah, so maybe a little bit, a month, almost a month or so ago that I sold. And so I've been kind of keeping an eye on it just to make sure that wasn't a bad sale. And what you do see here, it was 60 on this side, and then it's come down. But you can see it's had a pretty good little fall from where I sold myself, and then you can see it did find a bottom right around this 51.50 mark, and it just came back up. So I like what I saw the other day, and when it came up to here and then it pulled back again, I did jump in on that at 53.50. So glad we were able to get back in that one. I do like this one. This pays a 4.29% dividend if you're interested in that. This is one that my dad actually had for a long time, and I've traded it for many years. So it's Marathon Petroleum, and I don't believe they're going anywhere, but as you can see, let me pull up your chart and show you this. It had a terrible time after the COVID struck. You can see it got all the way down to 23.62. Came back up, and then it pulled back down to 29, and then its recent highs is why I sold when it got up to this 60-something level. But it has gone up as high as, up here in the 80s, 85 level. But not something I'm expecting there. But oil is $70 a share, so that's a good price, $72 a share now. But so that will help this. They have earnings coming in a couple of weeks, I believe it is. So when those earnings come, it has a tendency to kind of, when the news is going to be good, and I think it's going to be good, it has a tendency to run up. And they also, usually around the earnings time, they'll announce, the dividend and that kind of thing. So it gets a little pop a lot of times on both of those. But I don't always hold it for the dividend because, I take the run up as the dividend. Because a lot of times it will fall back down after the dividend, as it did this last time. That's exactly what I did last time. I bought it before the actual dividend, and then I sold it before the actual dividend. It came out, they did a dividend. I didn't get it because I didn't hold to the ex-dividend date, and now it's falling back down. So actually the move was much better to do the way I did it. You can actually come up with more shares this way than actually getting paid a dividend. So, that just happened to work good this time. I don't play the dividends. That's not something I do, but it does have a nice dividend. So something, if you're a buy and hold type person, this is a good one to, if you like dividends, but it's oil. So that's a whole different story, especially with electric vehicles and things that's going on nowadays. But that's going to be a while before it really gets disrupted or anything, but something to that degree. But production levels, all that kind of thing plays into this. So It's something you want to be careful with as far as holding. When you get up to that 60 range, it's usually definitely a good area to unload. All right, so that's exactly what we did last time. That's what we'll do this time. If it does it again, hopefully it will. All right, looks like Bitcoin is a little bit green right now. It's pretty much green all day. Little red dips here and there, but that one's holding that 32 range pretty good. Doesn't seem to get up to the 33 real easy here, but let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is what drives our HUT and our MSTR as well, so that's why we like to take a look at this one. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. Okay, so the 5-day chart, you can see here, we got down in the 29s and we've gone all the way up to 32.40, some 450, and then yeah, so 32.8 looks like the high. You can see the range here today, 32 to stay pretty much in that 32 range, and it's been doing that, and that's not bad. We'll take that. But it didn't help our Bitcoin stocks today at all. But everything's red. Everything's pretty much red here. You got SPCE. Let's take a look at the week it had. It's a Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic had a pretty good start to the week, and then it just kind of fell off. So if you look at the beginning of the week, you're right here, and look where it ended the week. Pretty much the same exact spot. So there you go. I mean, really looks bad, but all that movement that you see there, the ups, the downs, and the ends of the week, pretty much where it started. So no gain there. And after that, we've got the HUT. That's the HUT mining, Bitcoin miners. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. Red today. For the week, you see we start right here, and 381 moved up to 409 for the week. So got a little bit of gain this week on that one, so that's good. We'll take a little bit. MSTR, let's see what it did. Down today, and let's see what it did for the 5-day. All right, so the 5-day on this one, 505 up to about 539. So there again, decent gain. That's probably like 6 or 7%, somewhere around there. For the week, not bad. Volumes, very low on this one. Only 500,000 shares trade. Of course, it's $600 a share, $500 a share. Not something that a lot of retailers are going to be in when it's that high of a share price. Novavax. All right, let's talk about Novavax. Novavax is one that we've had some activity on this week. Actually sold all the Novavax that I had in my cash account, which was a good bit of shares. We sold that, all of it, and some of it we had 3 months or so. Some of it we've held as little as 2 weeks. We sold it for a 7.79% gain. Again, a very good stake in the cash account. Pretty much we were almost all in on that cash account on Novavax, so we sold it and got out about, I think it was around 210, 211, somewhere around there. In pre-market and post-market, I think is what we did on that one. Let's see here, where was that? Yeah, it ran up really good this week. Got up to this I think it hit 229.90 or something like that, or 30.10 or something like that. I did not sell then, and then when it came back down, I saw it fall down to here, and then when it came back up the other day, I just said I'm gonna get rid of it this time. Try to go ahead and cash out, because what I did is I ended up selling all of it in the cash account after I had bought some in both IRAs. So I bought in the IRAs at the 223, 217, 216 levels. So I was real heavy, still am real heavy in the IRAs. So that's why I primarily sold the cash account, because I didn't want to have all those shares of Novavax in all 3 accounts. Okay, so that's why I did that. A little heavy there on Novavax, still heavy in the IRAs, but I don't believe this is going to be, having any major issues, hopefully. But we are a little bit heavier than I'd like to be, even now. But at least we don't have it in all three accounts like we did. Now, talking about that, we did turn around today and buy this again. As you see, we had to drop off today, so we did buy again in the cash account. We bought this for 207 all the way down to 201 today. So started at 207, bought all the way down to 201. You can see here we closed at the 203, so we do have some in the green. Some of those that we bought today are in the green. So, but what we're going to do with that cash, not a big stake not as big a stake as it was last time, because we did buy some MPC in that cash account. So we're going to just try to make a quick jump back up here to 211, 210. We'll probably sell that again, just to kind of get in and out. Well, we're going to have something that we're going to be trying to get in and out of until we can get back up to that 230 level. I should have pulled the trigger on some of those in the IRA at 230, and we'll do that next time. I actually tried to, but things didn't work out like I wanted it to, and didn't quite get to my sale price. But that's okay. IRA's going to, that doesn't matter. We're going to be holding it for a long time. We're really holding it for that. We're holding it for the, the news to come out, but hasn't done it yet. But this is the third quarter, so it could happen anytime. And when it does, it's probably going to be good news, and this thing's probably going to jump. But this was again this week. This was the Delta variant noise. It's kind of got everybody excited about that. Of course, the next day, evidently the Delta variant wasn't quite as important. But you can't. The news just drives these things. One day they're bouncing, one day they're not. So you just got to play the game and just jump in there when you think it's a good price, and that's what we did this week after we sold. So we're back in again. We may have to hold it a little while, but that's okay. We like this one. We make money with it, so that's one of our favorites. All right, Tilray's just been same old, same old. I bet you it was probably a downward trend if I had to guess. Let's take a look at the 5-day trend. Yeah, actually it might be, but look at that. It's just about the same exact price. So straight across, forget the jumps and the dips, and you ended up about the same exact price that you started the week at. So that ought to tell you something there, that all this movement is about making money. It has nothing to do with values of the stock a lot of times. Okay, Nikola. Let's take a look at Nikola. I'm not going to guess on this one because I was wrong on the last one. But you can see here, not much difference there. Maybe 50 cents or so, close to it. So 44-cent difference between the start of the week to the end of the week. Not, same old deal. Movement. That's about it. And that's one thing. I mean, you can make money when the market's volatile like this. Making trades like what we're doing with Novavax. So hopefully we can unload that we just bought. We did have a real nice trade on the cash account. We do have too many in the IRA as far as Novavax, but we'll just hold on to those. And next time we get up to that 230 level, we are going to unload some of that for sure. All right. But other than that, we've had a pretty good week in the portfolio. Glad to see that up week for the portfolio. It's also the weeks that we pay ourselves as retired people, so that's always good to have a good week when you're getting paid. So that makes you feel better, because when you take the draw out, you paid for your draw, so that's a good thing. And so that should be a goal if you're retired, especially the weeks you get paid. But you always want to stay ahead of the game on that. I mean, if you can make more than you're taking out, then that's a wonderful thing, and that's what you want to do as far as your IRA, so you don't have to ever see your balance get down to zero. That's not something that any retired person wants to do. So good markets, it's they keep making all-time highs. I think if you look at today's market, what happened in the market itself, let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, you see here we did have a green day across the board. Even though I had a red day in the portfolio, You got a green day pretty much across the board, and a nice green day at that. I'm sure these were probably some highs as far as the Dows and things like that. Probably all three highs, if I had to guess. But this market just won't stop. It just keeps going up, keeps going up. Now, we did make some progress this week on catching up with them, but we're not. They did manage to keep moving, so I'm not sure if we made any ground or not on that. As far as levels, I have not checked the percentages of the markets year to date versus what we are, but I know we're behind still. But cash accounts not. The cash accounts crushing everybody. So that's, of course, we're going to have to pay the tax man this year probably, but that's okay. I don't mind paying him. But it's a good year as far as that goes. It's a good year all around. As long as after last year, and we had a really, really good year last year, and we don't want to give any of that back, and we're not doing it so far, so that's a good thing. But we are sitting right where we want to be as far as the Novavax goes. A little heavy in IRAs, but we still got money we're trading with, which I enjoy that. And it gives us opportunities to pocket money, which we did. We pocketed a good bit of money this week on that trade we made with Novavax. So that will give us some breathing room for sure. All right. Well, I hope you had a great week of trading. And stay tuned for next week. We're going to see if we can unload some of that MPC. Hopefully we'll get a good bounce out of that next week. If we can get 3 or 4% of it, we might take it. The Novavax, the same thing. 3 or 4%, we may take it just to keep that cash account moving around. And I think that's all we've got right now going as far as that goes. As far as opportunities, SPCE's and next in line probably. It's at a decent level too. So any kind of good days in a row would probably get us to where we could unload that. So, but thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click this button. It's going to pop up right over here, and do that before you leave. We've added a couple of subscribers lately, but we would love to hit that 130 mark. We're at 129, so if we got one person to click that button today, we'll hit that 130, and I appreciate that. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you sometime later next week, maybe close of business Monday. All right, thanks. Bye.